welcome back to my channel. On today's episode of 12 Days of Christmas Baking, we are going to be making one of my favorite desserts. I find that when you buy them from Starbucks, they're really sweet and they have a lot of salt in them. They want to preserve them for as long as they can. When you make these Starbucks treats at home, there's just like, my mouth is watering. There's just something about them. They're absolutely delicious. I'm gonna prop up a few pictures up here of when I baked them in the past and what they look like. You can tell that they look pretty similar. Here's the Starbucks one. Here's the one that I made. I'm gonna try to recreate them today for you guys. They are, I would just 10 out of 10 recommend you baking this for your friends and family. They will seriously love you forever. They are so delicious. Cream cheese, white chocolate. There's a blondie on the bottom. Like, I freaking love blondies. So today we're going to be making a Starbucks COPYCAT Cranberry Bliss bar. It is super basic to make, so let's just jump right into it. The ingredients that you need to make a Cranberry Bliss bar are salted butter, packed light brown sugar, large eggs. You're gonna need some vanilla extract, flour, baking powder, salt, cinnamon, dried cranberries, and white chocolate, of course. So for the frosting, you're gonna need cream cheese, powdered sugar, white chocolate chips, and some more dried cranberries for on top. For this one, I'm not going to be using my standing mixer for it. It is very easy to mix these things together, and the reason on the first episode that I mixed all of the flour and I mixed it in my standing mixer was because there was more than 4.5 cups of flour. So when you mix that with a hand mixer, it can overheat the hand mixer. So this one has relatively few ingredients together, so I'm definitely gonna mix it in a bowl here. 3/4 cup or 1.5 sticks of butter cubed. For this recipe, since the recipe calls for you to cube the butter or margarine, I'm definitely gonna not skip that step. It seems important. Anything that is included on a recipe is obviously important. So it says that you're going to cube it. Oh, I already made a mistake. In a medium bowl, you're gonna melt the butter for 1 minute in the microwave. Oh, that's why it's so important to cube it, so that it's easier to melt. Well, that's not hard. Now that that wonderful part is over. And then I'm gonna microwave it and stir in the brown sugar. I'm also wearing a dress today because I like to turn up the temperature to like 22 degrees and then pretend like it's summer outside, because although the Christmas season is nice, I do not like winter. It gets to like -40 degrees here, and there's already like a little snowstorm outside today, and they've already reported like 12 accidents driving to work. So yeah, just a bad time. So we're inside today. Mix in 1.5 cups of brown sugar into the mixture, and then you're gonna let it cool a bit. I'm next going to mix in all of the vanilla extract and the eggs together. It calls for 3/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 2 large eggs. 1, 2. So now I got my KitchenAid hand mixer here, and I'm gonna mix these together. In this bowl, I'm gonna put 2¼ cups of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and then we're gonna mix it into this mixture. Okay, and then we're just gonna mix this up. It looks just like chocolate chip batter right before you put the chocolate chips in. The next step in the recipe is to add 1/2 cup of dried cranberries, 6 ounces of white chocolate chips. 6 ounces equates to 3/4 cup. So I'm just going to take 3/4 cup here, coarsely chopped. I added in the cranberries and the white chocolate chips, and then I'm just gonna give them a stir, make sure they're well incorporated. At this time, you also want to preheat your oven, and it is for 350 degrees. This is what the mixture looks like now. You can see it's well incorporated, the cranberries, white chocolate, and the batter together. The next step is you're going to put it into a prepared pan. I'm just gonna spray the bottom of this and then put all of the batter inside. I also like to use a lot of cooking spray, because the worst part about cooking sometimes or baking sometimes is when you prepare such an incredible dish and then it doesn't come out of the pan, like when you bake cakes and then you don't put enough down and it doesn't come out right, and then it comes out broken, and you're like, I spent so much time on this. Now you're gonna put the mixture into the pan, and you're gonna spread it evenly throughout. Imagine baking this and then putting a cream cheese, powdered sugar icing with cranberries and white chocolate on top. It is just incredible. The oven has heated up, so we're gonna throw this in the oven for 18 to 21 minutes. To make the frosting, you're gonna need 8 ounces of cream cheese, so that works out to one of these little blocks here. It does have to be at room temperature, so thankfully I left mine out, so I'm gonna put that in there. And then you're gonna mix together 1 cup of sifted powdered sugar. So I do have a sifter right here. So I'm going to measure 1 cup. The sifting really breaks it apart and makes sure that there's no clumps in it, and that is really important when you make frosting because you don't want little clumps in your frosting. So the next step is to take 6 ounces of white chocolate, and you're gonna melt it in the microwave and then add it to the frosting. While the white hot chocolate is in the microwave, you're going to beat together the powdered sugar and the cream cheese until well blended. Maybe on low in the beginning so you don't make a mess. As you can see, sifting the powdered sugar really worked because there's no clumps in here. Oh wow, the white chocolate didn't melt at all. All right, try again. And now we're gonna add in the white chocolate. And then once you're done adding in the white chocolate, you're going to mix it all together and then put it on top of the blondies. Of course, I'll do that. We're just gonna mix it all together. I don't know about you, but like cream cheese is my favorite icing. And this is mixed in with white chocolate, and so it just makes it so amazing. I'm gonna make sure to leave like just like clumps everywhere so that it's easy to spread if it's just not in one spot. Oopsie. Now I'm gonna just spread out the icing on top. Now don't be worried if the frosting might like melt a little bit or maybe look a little bit more runny than before. It is just because your square is warm. The next step to the recipe is to put some dried cranberries on top. Now it says to put half a cup, but you're gonna then cover it in with drizzled white chocolate so it's gonna all really keep it into place. So I'm gonna put just like a cup on, I think, because you can't go wrong with the topping. So you're just going to evenly spread out, wow. Evenly, okay, maybe I'll even use a little bit more than that, but I'm definitely gonna use 2 cups of dried cranberries here because I just feel like I wanna load it on top. I'm just gonna lightly press down on some of them too to make sure that they do stick on. They do get missed by some white chocolate. The next step is you're gonna take 3 ounces of melted white chocolate and then you're gonna drizzle it over top, and I will show you how to do that. I've been doing this trick a lot when I make cakes just because I am definitely into like discovering the shortcuts of how to do things and to make sure that I don't make a huge mess because I am naturally a messy person. So what you're gonna take is a cup, and then I'm gonna take a plastic bag that you can zip shut. I'm gonna put it into the cup like that, and then I'm gonna take the white chocolate out of the microwave and make sure to stir it up so that you get all of the clumps out. That is important. And then you're gonna pour it right into the bag. The cup is just there to hold the bag open. You're able to close it, and then you're gonna take one of the corners and you're just gonna cut a small hole, and then you'll be able to drizzle the chocolate all over in a nice pattern without making a huge mess, and then it'll look really nice. Doesn't it look amazing? Alright, if you like this video, please hit the like button, maybe hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on day 3 of 12 days of Christmas baking. Bye guys!